Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to A to Y. I know it's been a real long time. I haven't had really released a regular episode since almost a year ago. It would have been closer to May. It was when I released my last regular episode. And then I went to Brazil, released the vlogs, and I released a big end of my Brazil journey, if you will, vlog in December with my good friends Caleb and Asher. And there's a lot of reasons I haven't been here and recording, uh, especially in this format since May of 2023. It is now January of 2024. But those reasons will be discussed in a next message. But today I have a different message, one to try to get me back into groove of things and to get me back to what I'm supposed to be doing here, which is giving you guys the messages I feel that are needed in this time. And today it's going to be a bit of a comical one. I have a few comical examples. One that really makes me look bad and is a story I didn't think I would ever be sharing and posting on the internet. But that's what A to Y is, and that's what it's going to be for a little bit while as we try to get back into the groove of things here and learn what I'm doing again in the studio. Setup took so long to get back into this. But in today's message, we have all heard scriptures be taken from the Bible and used out of context or in a way that makes it so the true point it's delivering is not the point that's received. And one of those verses it happens to a lot with this one is Matthew chapter 7, verse 5. You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you'll be able to see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. And this verse is often used in a reverse way. It's supposed to be used in a way to say, hey, you got to humble yourself and fix your problems before you can go out and help others. But instead, it's like, hey, you fix your own hypocrisy and then I'll work on me. It's used in a defensive way instead of a humbling way. And this makes it so it's not being delivered in the proper way. It's being used against people instead of for yourself. And this is a problem. And one of the most comical examples I've seen this used is in a sitcom called Mike and Molly. There's a mother character who is yelling at a priest, a Catholic priest, and she's being confronted about her rude behavior. And she yells this verse at him. He yells another verse at her. And then he eventually points out that he is being inappropriate with women in his congregation. And that kind of ends that scene. Unfortunately, I could not find that scene on YouTube or any other outlets. I'm not one of those guys who's able to pull clips out of anywhere. If you know how to pull those kind of clips out of anywhere, feel free to comment below and up the commercial value of the show. Anyway, that's how it's used in that scenario. It's used defensively to make the priest look bad and her look better so that she doesn't have to address her own behavior that is hurting others. And that's not what this verse is for. This verse is to make you look at your own self and take the log out of your eye so that you can go out and help others. So let me give you one more comical example here. I got to coach when I was doing my online studies here for the last few years, middle school football at the middle school I attended. And in my first year of coaching, we traveled to the school that's actually closest to us. And so there's a big rivalry between the two of us. It's only about a 15-minute drive from school to school. And there's been a lot of good competition, a lot of tight games in the years. It's a great rivalry, but it leads to crazy games and where anything can happen. And it was my first year as a coach. And we go there and we're down like 2 scores at halftime, maybe like 12-0 or something like that. And I decided that I'm going to give a bit of a rah-rah speech to motivate my kids to go out and try to win this game. Like our 5th or 6th game of the year, we were having a bit of struggles, and I'm going to be the one to go out and give this speech. And I'm going to inspire them to rise above and to be better players, and we're going to be able to finish this game strong. Unfortunately, that is not what happened, because I go out and I start yelling at them, screaming at them, really trying to get them to motivate, to go out and close the game out strong. But as I'm yelling at them, I notice they're kind of looking me up and down in almost puzzlement or bewilderment. Some even trying to crack a laugh to the side. And I'm wondering what's going on. But I just continue on my way, yelling at them and really trying to inspire them to go out and just finish this game and get our first win. And I eventually finish my speech. I turn around, and one of the other assistant coaches comes up to me and discreetly gets in my ear and says, "Your flies." Yes, I gave an entire speech at halftime in front of my players and the parents in the stands on both sides with my shorts fly being down. Upon receiving this news, I quickly made sure had as much privacy as I could on the 30-yard line of a field, zipped myself back up. But this kind of delivers an interesting point. How can you help your friends, family, neighbors, etc. when your own fly is down? How can you challenge the behavior of others when you can't even make sure you are properly dressed? It's a comical point, but it really hits reality. How can you go out and challenge your friend's behavior? And all kinds of varieties. Granted, it's substance issues or even just slight or being rude. I mean, it has a variety of different things, ranging from the biggest of issues to the smallest of issues when your own fly is down. And granted, your fly is an example of all kinds of things. Maybe you have tendencies to be rude. Maybe you have temper issues. Maybe you're the one with substance issues. Who knows? But you can't go out and challenge the problems of others when you have your own problems that you got to fix first. We have to make sure that we're taking in these scriptures with the context they're supposed to be used in, not using it defensively, but using it on ourselves to make ourselves better so that we can go out and try to make the world better around us. Because let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, you're no good to others if your fly is down. And that's the point. See, rusty. And that's the point I want you guys to take home today. Before you go out and try to challenge your team, your coworkers, your friends to win in life, make sure you're zipped up first. That's been this episode of A to Y, and I will see you guys next time.